Hi, welcome to my channel, and in this video Lawrence and I go to review the Addams family at the Lowry. So in this video show you around the theatre, record the curtain call, and then I review the show for you at the end as well. So I hope you enjoy this little video. Hi, today is Tuesday and we are at Media City. We're just heading to Lowry because today we are heading to the Addams Family press night. I'm going to go and review the show, so we've been gifted our tickets because obviously I'm reviewing the show. So it is coming up to 7 now. The show starts at 7:30, so I need to go and collect my tickets because I haven't got tickets yet, so I need to go and see where I'm sat and get our programme, and I'll get back to you once we're inside. So just picked up programme and tickets, so we're on row P, seat 8 and 9 today of the stalls. I'm just going to go and have a look at the merch because there's some merch for this show. Okay, so we're going in through door H today, so this is okay, so row P, seat 8 and 9. There we go. Just find our seat. On row P, seat 8 and 9. Okay, so we're now in our seats from row P. I'm in seat 8, seat 9, Lawrence is in seat 8. This is our view, so it should be starting very soon, so I'll get back to the interval. I'll let you know what we think. So it is now the interval. We're just queuing up to get an ice cream because it's really hot today. Queue's quite big, but it's going down quick. So we'll tell you what we think of it once we've got our ice cream. Okay, ice cream purchased. Just went for the usual. I was tempted by the mango sorbet. Maybe I'll get that next time. Lawrence just got a Pepsi, didn't you? So, what do you think of it so far? Yeah, I think the story's a little weak in this. Some of the songs are good, hit and miss, but so far I'm enjoying it. It's just not one of my favourites. What you'd say? You enjoying it?
Some funny bits. All the movies not really affecting me. So the story like that.
Yeah, so more or less what I'm thinking as well. But we'll see if we change our views in the second act. So the show's finished now. What did you think of it overall? Did you enjoy the second half more? I think I enjoyed the second half a bit more. I enjoyed it overall, but I do think the story is a little bit lacking. Anyway, we're gonna head home now. I'll tell you more about it once we get home. Hi, so it's been a few days now since we went to go and see the Addams Family at the Lowry, so I thought I'd just tell you a little bit about it. So we went to see the show on Tuesday the 12th of August. We were invited to the show's press night to review the show. The show started at 7:30 p.m. and it has a runtime of 2 hours and 30 minutes, and that includes a 20-minute interval. Age guidance for this show is 7+. And it is running at the Lowry until Saturday the 16th of August. So I'm not sure if it will have finished there by the time this goes up, but it is on tour. I think the next couple of stops will be the Marlow Theatre in Canterbury and then Blackpool Opera House. It's only a very short tour. I think there's only been 5 stops, so it's only a small tour. Whether they'll add more dates, I'm not sure, but I think that's all they're going to do. So for this show we were sat in the stalls. We're on row P, seats 8 and 9, and the view was really good from there. It was a side-on view, but we didn't miss anything. I think the way the stage was, nothing went out of view, so I'd say they were really good seats. It might not be the same for every show with it being side-on, but for this show they were really good and it was a really good view, and I would definitely sit there again. Merch wise, there was a bit of merch for this show. There was 2 different t-shirts. There was a logo ringer t-shirt which you could get in small to up to XXL. That was £28. There was then a t-shirt that says define normal. Again, you could get that ranged in small to XXL, and that was also £28. They had a logo lapel pin that was £8, a tote bag for £16, a mug for £16. There was a magnet for £7, key ring for £10, and a pin set for £18. So that was all the merch. I didn't actually buy any merch this time around because I got a Addams Family magnet the last time I saw the tour, which was a couple of years ago, and the magnet looked pretty similar, so I didn't really need to. So I didn't get any merch this time round. So if you don't know anything about Addams Family the Musical, it is based on the cartoon characters created by Charles Addams, and it is a musical comedy, and it has music and lyrics by Andrew Lippa, and the book is by Brickman and Elice. So in the musical we find out that Wednesday has fallen in love with a normal boy called Lucas, and she confesses this to her father Gomez. However, she asks him not to tell her mother Morticia, as she doesn't want to find out until after the 2 families have met. And so they plan for Lucas's family to meet her family at a dinner party at the Addams family's mansion. So when Lucas's family arrive, Wednesday wants her family to try and act more normal. So at the dinner, the 2 families play a game, which the Addams call the game. And at this game, Pugsley, who is worried that his sister won't talk to him anymore if she ends up marrying Lucas, he steals a potion from Grandma, which is, I think, supposed to be like a truth potion, and he's hoping that this will somehow make Wednesday confess something which will make Lucas no longer want to marry her. So he slips a potion into a drink, but unfortunately Lucas's mother ends up drinking the drink. So she then confesses that she is not happy in her marriage to Lucas's father, who is called Mal, and his mother's called Alice. So this results in a lot of chaos and Lucas' family wanting to leave. So Festa asks the Addams family's ancestors to create a storm so that nobody can leave, so they can rectify the situation. So after the dinner party fiasco, Wednesday is worried that her and Lucas are too different and aren't going to work. This leads to like a trust exercise where Lucas gets Wednesday to try and shoot an apple on his head using her crossbow, and he actually blindfolds her. So Wednesday actually managed to shoot the arrow with the help of the ancestors. So after that, the two decide that they are going to work out. Also, Lucas's father had been watching them, and after seeing the sacrifice Lucas was willing to make for Wednesday, he decides to reconcile with his wife. Morticia and Gomez also reconcile, and they dance a tango together, which actually was one of the highlights of the show. I thought the dance was really good. So with all the couples now reunited, Pugsley confesses about what he did with the potion, and they actually congratulate him because he actually brought everyone together. And that is the basic plot of the Addams Family Musical. So to be honest, I didn't find the story that thrilling. I actually found it a little bit boring. Yeah, I think there's a lot of, I just don't think the book is very strong. I think the story is quite weak, and yeah, I just didn't really enjoy the story very much at all. I think they didn't use some of the characters to their best ability. Grandma in it is barely used. Yeah, I just didn't, I just wasn't a fan of the story at all. I think it was quite weak. Set, however, the set was fantastic. Visually, I thought it was a very good show. Like the set for the Addams house was very creepy, very on brand for the Addams family, and yeah, I just thought the set and the lighting as well worked really well for the show. Costumes as well were fantastic, especially the ones for the ancestors. I don't think I mentioned that in the story, but at the beginning of the story, the whole of the Addams family visit a graveyard where their ancestors are, and it is an annual gathering to celebrate what it's like to be an Addams. So it sort of brings all their ancestors sort of to life, and yeah, their costumes for the ancestors I thought were really good, really detailed, really interesting. So yeah, like I said, the costumes were really good. Music wise, there's a few really good standout songs, but the majority of the music I thought wasn't very memorable. The ones that stood out for me as good songs were When You're an Addams, Pulled, and Crazier Than You. Those were the three standout songs. Other than them three, I can't remember any of the other songs in the show, but those three were really good. So yeah, I'm just really not a massive fan of the story for this show, and like I said, a lot of the songs aren't very memorable. Cast wise, I thought the cast were really good. Really enjoyed everyone's performance. So this is probably a good point to just go through the programme, and I can show you who the cast were. Okay, so this is the programme. I think these were £6 from the Lowry. I was gifted mine because I was reviewing the show, but I think they're usually around £6. So inside we've got an advert for Chicago, which is on at the Lowry. Advert for Death on the Nile. Christmas Carol Goes Wrong, which is on in November. Blood Brothers, The Lion, Witch and the Wardrobe. Lowry 360, which is on, which was very good. We and Lawrence really enjoyed that. It's only like short 6 minutes, but it was very good. Advert for the restaurant. And then we get on to the Addams Family stuff. So first one we have is Welcome to Our Extremely Normal Family. So just a bit of information, background information on the Addams Family. Designs on the family, so information on how they designed the costume. So these are some of the ancestors' costumes. Free of a Kind, this is an interview with Rick Elice, who wrote the book, and Andrew Lippa, who wrote the music and lyrics, and also Marshall Burkman, who wrote the book as well. That's an interview with them. We have some pictures from the previous tours. So this is 2017, the first UK tour. So that's the one that I didn't see. I didn't see that one. And then this was the second UK tour, 2021 to 2022, and that's the tour that I saw, that one. And then this is the 2024 London Palladium concert. So then we have some rehearsal images. Shows you some of the merch. And then we have the musical numbers. So in Act 1, we've got Scene 1, which is the graveyard scene. So in that one, we have the overture / prologue / When You're an Addams. And you also have Festus Manifesto. Then in Scene 2, which is Morticia's boudoir, you have Two Things, which is by Gomez, Wednesday's Growing Up by Gomez, and Trapped by Gomez. Then in Scene 3, which is the playroom, you have Pulled, which is sung by Wednesday, and One Normal Night, which is the full company. Then in Scene 4, which is Central Park, there's no musical numbers. And in Scene 5, which is the Grand Hall, you have But Love, which is Fester and the Ancestors. And in Scene 6, which is the balcony scene, you have But Love Reprise, and that is sung by Fester and the Ancestors. Scene 7, the Grotto, no musical numbers. Scene 8, Morticia's boudoir, you've got Secrets, which is sung by Morticia, Alice, and the female ancestors. Then in Scene 9, which is the Grotto, you've got Gomez's What If. No musical numbers in Scene 10, which is the staircase. Scene 11 is the corridor, and you've got What If by Pugsley. Scene 12, which is the Grand Hall, you have Full Disclosure, which is the full company. Waiting, which is Alice and the Ancestors, and then Full Disclosure Part 2, which is the full company. Then in Act 2, Scene 1, which is the gates, you've got opening Act 2, which is the Ancestors. Scene 2, Morticia's boudoir, you've got Just Around the Corner, which is sung by Morticia and the Ancestors. Scene 3 is the guest bedroom, and there's no musical numbers in that scene. Scene 4, the garden, and that has the song of the Moon and Me, sung by Fester and Moon Beauties. Then Scene 5 is the garden, and that song is Happy Sad by Gomez. We then have Scene 6, the garden, which is Crazier Than You, sung by Wednesday, Lucas, Mal and Alice. We then have Scene 7, Pugsley's bedroom, and there's no musical numbers in that scene. Scene 8, Morticia's boudoir, Not Today, sung by Gomez. And in Scene 9, The Gates, we've got Life Before We Die by Gomez and Morticia, and Tango d'Amor by Gomez and Morticia. And then Scene 10 is the graveyard, and you've got Move Toward the Darkness, which is by the full company. When You're an Addams Reprise, which is also the full company. And that is all the musical numbers. So like I said before, the most standout musical numbers for me was When You're an Addams, Pulled, and Crazier Than You. All the others I actually don't remember. They're just not very memorable. So we then have the cast list, ensemble list, the band, creatives and the crew, and then we have the cast biographies. So playing Morticia, we had Alexandra Burke. I think she did okay as Morticia. Vocally, I don't think she really got to show off her voice very much. I mean, she has a really good voice, and I just don't think the songs in this really showed that off very well. Alexandra Burke first rose to fame on the X Factor back in 2008. I think she actually won it, and she's been in a few theatre productions. She's been in The Bodyguard. She's been in Sister Act. And she's also played Roxy Hart in the West End production of Chicago. So I've seen her in Sister Act. I think I saw her in The The Bodyguard as well. And I thought she was really good in those roles. Next we had Ricardo Afonso as Gomez. He was fantastic as Gomez. I thought he was really good. Really liked his performance. His other theatre credits include Judas in Jesus Christ Superstar at the Barbican Theatre and Regent's Open Air Theatre. He's also been in Glory Ride, the stage concert. He's been in Zorro, the musical, in concert. Those are just a few things that he's done. Then playing the grandma was Leslie Joseph. I thought Leslie was really good in the role, but the role is very small. Grandma doesn't really have that big of a role, but she was good. Leslie's best known for playing Dorian Green in the sitcom Birds of a Feather. Other theatre credits include Sister Act, which I saw her in. She's also been in Young Frankenstein at the Garrick Theatre, and those are just a few things that she's done. We then have Clive Rowe, who played Uncle Fester, and I thought Clive was really good. Really enjoyed his performance of Fester. I've seen Clive in a few things, and he's always fantastic in everything I've seen him in. So his other theatre credits include The Baker's Wife at the Meunier Chocolate Factory, Sister Act, The Prince of Egypt, Sweet Charity, and those are just a few things that he's done. Playing Wednesday is usually Lauren Jones. However, we had the understudy on for Wednesday, so we didn't actually see her. But her theatre credits include Scissorhands at the Southwark Playhouse Elephant, Trish / alternate Bonnie in Bonnie and Clyde, the UK and Ireland tour. That's just a few things that she's done. We then had Nicholas McLean as Pugsley. His theatre credits include Pugsley in the Addams Family concert. He played Lola in Kinky Boots at the Gately Theatre. And he's also been in Annie, Get Your Gun. So just a few things that he's done. We then had Dickon Go as Lurch. I thought he was really good. Really enjoyed his performance of Lurch. His theatre credits include Fiddler on the Roof at the Regent Park's Open Air Theatre, Lurch in the Addams Family original UK cast national and international tour. There's just a few things he's done. We then had Cara Lane as Alice Benecki. Her theatre credits include Minky in Come Fall in Love, the DDLJ musical, and I saw her in that and she was fantastic in that. She played Madame Forrester in The Necklace, and she's also previously played Alice Benecki in the Addams Family London Palladium and UK tour. So it's just a few things she's done. We then had Dale Rapley as Mal Benecki. His theatre credits include Kyoto, As You Like It, Singing in the Rain Japan and UK tour, and Gypsy at the Manchester Royal Exchange. We then had Jacob Fowler, who played Lucas Benecki. Again, I thought he was really good. His previous theatre credits include J. Dean, Heathers the Musical, in the UK tour and the Other Palace, Hunter in Title of Show at the Southwark Playhouse, Ben in Before and After at the Southwark Playhouse, and he also played Prince Topher in the European premiere of Roger and Hammerstein's Cinderella at the Hope Mill Theatre, and I saw him in that and he was really good in that as well. We then have the ensembles. We had Abigail Brodie, who was the dance captain as well, Jack Allen Anderson in the ensemble, J.R. Ballantyne, Eamon Cox, Siobhan Diffin, Maria Garrett, and it was Maria who was actually on for Wednesday at our performance, and I thought she was fantastic. Really loved her voice. She had a great voice, and I thought she did a great job as Wednesday. Other ensemble members include Chloe Gentles and Sario Solomon, and that is the cast. We then have the creative team's biographies. We have an advert for Young Frankenstein, which is done at the Hope Mill Theatre. And there we go, that is the programme. I think that's a really nice programme. There's a lot of information in there. Definitely worth the money. So overall, I did enjoy the Addams Family Musical. It's not one I'm going to be rushing back to see again. I can't remember what I said about it the first time I went to see it, but I'm pretty sure I wasn't blown away by it then either. And yeah, I think it's just the story. The story I just don't think is very strong as an Addams Family story. So I'm giving the show 3 stars. I'm glad I went to see it. It was a fun night out, just not something that I'm going to be rushing back to see it again. So yeah, like I said, it is still touring. There's still 2 more tour stops at the Marlow Theatre in Canterbury and at the Blackpool Opera House. So I'll link down below the show's official website in case you'd like to book tickets for either of those shows. I'll also link down below my full written review in case you'd like to read that. So yeah, let me know down below if you've seen the Addams Family and what you thought of it. Also, let me know if you're going to go and see it, where you're going to see it. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this little vlog and review video. If you have, please do give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!